Like white buffalo woman, one by one, reflecting the one by one, I
Right. So good morning, everybody. Welcome. We've got a special speaker today, Rev Dave Schpok. Yay. So let's take a nice deep breath. Just relaxing. Knowing that there are practitioners around the room and around the Zoom holding the high watch, so that we can let go of anything and be right here, right now. Being present to the presence. Knowing that this is the activity of God. So, if you will repeat after me, I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and peace. I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and joy. I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and complete health. I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and abundance. And so it is. So let's get back into that nice deep breath. Take a nice deep breath. Feel the presence of the presence. Knowing that we are one with all it is. That the divine completely supports, loves, guides, honors us, knows the perfection of who we are, knows the love that we are, and that we just accept it and hold it. Feel that divine love. Know it. Feel it in the center of your being, knowing that this entire service is orchestrated by the divine. That we can just sit and be. Let go of the hubbub of the morning and stand in that divinity. Knowing that we live and move and have our being in the divine. So that we know that this whole service is divinely orchestrated. That Reverend Dave and Reverend Paul step aside and allow the divine to flow through. That Stephen is the voice and the instrument of God. that we are steeped in that divinity. That we can bask in that love and joy and peace. Knowing that Rev Dave's talk washes over the congregation to and through them, lifts them on wings of love and peace. Knowing the truth of what he's expressing, for he's expressing God. And that this whole service is the perfection of God. And we let go and be. And in this beingness and in this love we say, and so it is.
All right, y'all ready to party?
Yeah.
A spiritual party, how about that? Here goes a song from my first album. Yeah, that's right. You can get up if you want to. It's okay. Cheer dancing is allowed also. Here's to you, one love I'm giving. Straight to you from the side of my heart. It's on you to pass it on to somebody. When you do, you will be a shining star. Now listen, so you wanna feel something deep in your life, a spiritual connection, oh yeah, yeah. But you're so confused with who's wrong, who's right, that you don't know who to believe. No, no, always the only way is what they say, right? Or you won't get to heaven. Oh no, no. I got news for you. The source is all the same. It comes down to the love you can give. Ain't that right, Reverend? Hey. Here's to you, one love I'm giving. Straight to you from the side of my heart. It's on you to pass it on to somebody. When you do, you will be a shining star. Got to get in tune with your voice inside, 'cause there lies all the answers. Do you hear me? Like a drop of rain on the mountainside, finds its way to the sea. And as far as I'm concerned, there's only one religion, the religion of love. Oh yeah, yeah. And regarding race, there's only one, the race of humanity. Whoa. Onward and onward I push towards my divinity. I will reach the ocean of love in this life cycle. The more inward I go, greater the possibilities of that infinite intelligence inside us will guide us. All we do is just will it. Here's to you, one love I'm giving. Straight to you, straight from inside my heart. Pass it on to somebody. When you do, you will be a shining star. Here's to you, one love I'm giving. Oh, that I'm giving to you from inside of my heart. Straight from inside my heart. Pass it on to somebody. When you do, you will be a shining star. Oh, yeah. One love, everybody. One love, one love, one
One thing I did forget to mention is that Reverend Christina has the day off, which is good for her. I stressed it, said, go, take the day off. So that is why she's not here. And she's resting and taking care of herself, which is infinitely important. So right now, I want to bring up Norma Pearl to do her read.
Luke 17:21. Neither shall they say, Lo here, or Lo there, for behold, the kingdom of God is within you. Ernest Holmes. The good things we seek from life are but echoes of the true self knocking at the door of consciousness. Everyone seeks an inner sense of certainty. We all seek an inner awareness of something greater than what we are. Something so complete that we can find completion in it. Something so vast that we may anticipate exploring its nature through endless eternities. Someone has said that the soul is homesick, and that it cannot recover until it finds complete union with its source. Intuitively, we know that such a union with the source of power must exist. If the pipe that conducts water from a high reservoir to our homes becomes disconnected, it does not mean that the water has dried up at its source. So it is with our life. Its source is an infinite sea of energy, power, love, and wisdom. That which connects us with the source is our inner life. Those thoughts and feelings that make up our consciousness. Through the spiritual practice of meditation, we are able to unite consciously with our infinite source and so allow the cosmic stream of good to flow through us in an unobstructed channel. I am filled with the spirit of love and gladness. I am filled with an expectation of good things. The energy of life flows through me. I have no anxiety for the future, no regrets for the past. Today is God's day in which I live and wherein I greatly rejoice. The kingdom of God is within you.
Thank you, Norman. And so it is. Now, to affirm a number of that, if you will repeat after me. I know that I am one with Source.
I know that I am one with Source.
The energy of this life flows through me.
The energy of this life flows through me.
I am filled with the spirit of love and gladness.
I am filled with the spirit of love and gladness.
I am bursting with the expectation of good.
I am bursting with the expectation of good.
I rejoice in knowing that today is God's day.
I rejoice in knowing that today is God's day.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Okay, can we take this party down south?
Yes.
All right, we're going to go down past D.C. We're going to go down past the Carolinas. We're going to go down past Georgia. We're going to go down past New Orleans.
It may be coming from him too, I don't know.
We're going to go down past Florida. What do you say? If you go past Florida, you're off the end of the earth, right? We're going to go all the way down to Jamaica. Oh yeah.
Crystal Kitty.
Rise up
Come here, Crystal Kitty.
within yourself.
Come here, Crystal Kitty.
Children of light, rise up into your well. Now y'all follow me right here. It goes like this. Ascension, ascension. You got it? Ascension, ascension. Listen. Reflect on this meditation. Raise up your vibration. A star generation. A new spiritual nation. All the way, lift we higher from the very low to the highest heights. Ascension, ascension. Oh, you look good. Ascension, ascension. Higher dimensions beyond space and time. Up the spinal column to the first eye, from the root of the body to the crown, is the seat of the Most High. Open up your heart and let the love shine on in. Live to be free in peace and harmony. Yeah, if we all will come to know the majesty of I and I. Ascension, ascension. Ascension, ascension. Two more times. Ascension, ascension. Ascension, ascension. Explore your universe and find peace within. Be still, watch miracles begin. Words have power, so watch what you say. Vibrate true love in every way. Higher and higher. Whoa, whoa, we can do this.
Thank you, Stephen. I've known Dave forever. Yeah, exactly. I'm clear we've had past lives together. There's no question about that. I don't know if Dave came first or I, but we've been here for a while. We've been at CCL for a while. Yeah, exactly. Chicken or egg. I love him dearly. He is just one of my most favorite people on this planet. He, beautiful consciousness. He co-founded New Thought Philadelphia over in Philly. He and Bill have supported me from day one. When I couldn't do first practitioner here, they said, "Come on over here and do first prac." And then when I became a minister, I couldn't minister here. And they said, "Come on over, come do the talk." And I went over and I did the talk. Back then, when I first started doing prayer and stuff, everything was glorious. Everything was glorious. It was about the only word in my vocabulary. So I've grown a little bit since then. But Dave's consciousness, his love, his divinity is just profound. I love him dearly. We got the opportunity to go out to dinner the other night, and it was fabulous. I had been missing him, and called and said, let's get together, let's get together, let's get together, let's get together. And we did it, and I knew it would be fabulous, and it was. And I thank you for saying yes to this, and I love you dearly. Rev Dave Schpok.
Thanks, Reverend Paul. Okay, I got to set up a little bit here because I've been told that I talk a long time. So I have a timer. And then I have notes that are nominally what I'm going to talk about. Everybody got one of these? If not, Paul, would you be so good to make sure everybody got this? We'll use them a little bit. I am so delighted to be in the presence of such divine power. Yeah. Woo! Isn't this a wonderful day? Yeah, it's great. You guys out on Zoom, you are the stars in the electronic universe, shining your love and your light. So I want to set a baseline for this talk. So who here, by show of hands, has been unconditionally loved, supported throughout their entire life? Yeah? Really? Wow! You guys got to come see me afterwards. Please. So most of us, since there were a bunch of people who raised their hands, have issues. Right? You know, because we have all those scars that come from living life. And they get into our consciousness and they rest in the back, and we do a lot of stuff to get rid of them, and we'll talk about that. So today's talk is about states of consciousness. And there are as many states of consciousnesses as there are individuals. That's a lot of us. And all of our animal friends too, right? That's a whole lot of us. But in general, you can divide those states of consciousnesses. I'm going to stop saying that word now. Consci? Okay. Into about 4 general areas, right? And you can think of these general areas either of kingdoms or how we're responding to life. I like the how we're responding to life. So it's either being done to me, right? It's being done by me. It's being done through me, or it's being done as me. And these are all states of conscious awareness of spirit in our lives. So we all know about a bit about the one that's to me, right? You know, ever seen it? Little black cloud over your head. Everything seems to be happening that you really don't want to happen, right? And you're experiencing that feeling of hopelessness and helplessness, possibly despair. Might go as far as suicidal thoughts. What is the point of all this? It can get pretty dark. Those are all areas of the human nature. You know, we can be in that spot where we do not feel the connection of spirit. We don't even feel the connection of other people. You know, the people around us who love us and try to support us, and we don't even feel it. We just put a wall up and say, I want to be by myself, and shrivel up and go away. You know? And this is not a really great place to be, but it's a really great place to start from. You know, because really when you're in that state of consciousness, the only place to go is up. And that's a really good thing. And often it's hard to get out of that. You know, so these little cards are what we call rapid pace affirmations. And if we find ourselves in that place of isolation, we can start changing our mind. That's really big around this thought. And let's change our minds first, and then our lives will change to match our minds. So we can just pull out a little card and say, I am worthy, I am prosperous, I am beautiful, I am powerful, I am gifted, I am loved, I am enough. Okay, everybody, this is a group exercise. Let's do it one more time. I'll do it slowly, okay? I am worthy.
I am worthy.
I am prosperous.
I am prosperous.
I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
I am powerful.
I am powerful.
I am gifted.
I am gifted.
I am loved.
I am loved.
I am enough.
I am enough.
And so it is.
And so
So sometimes it takes reading this over and over and over and over again. Please do. That's why I gave it to you. You know, put it in your wallet or your purse and keep it handy for those moments in which you don't feel like you're connected to anything. It's really good. So that moves us in. Once we get to there, we get a little bit of hope shining in our lives, and we start doing things in our lives that are life positive, that are bringing a higher state of consciousness into awareness. It's not that it isn't there, it's that we aren't aware of it at the moment, right? And so we move into this state of body, right? So you're here. You've discovered science of mind. You have been given all of the power that is required to live the life of your dreams. What a wonderful thing. We start doing things like taking classes, thinking well of ourselves, trying new adventures, moving out into life, accepting the good that's around us. We start seeing the good that's around us. We start experiencing the good that's around us. Prosperity flows into our lives. All of a sudden, you're looking at your bank account and going, how in the world did that happen? I paid all the bills, and there's stuff left over. Woohoo! This is good. So we've gained a little bit of power in this by me. And usually what happens when we discover the science of mind and affirmative prayer is that we start using it for all the things we've really been desiring that just have seemed to be out of reach. I want to go on that trip. You know, I want to be loved. Whatever the desire is deep down that we feel we've been lacking in. And again, this is just a feeling because all of those things must be present right now. Right? We just aren't aware of them. And so we start to pray for them and we change our thinking and they start showing up in our lives. It's an amazing process. Thoughts are things. What a great thought. Thoughts are things. And when I put these things into the universe has the only response that it has ever had, which is yes. Here we go. You ask, and your desire is made manifest. Now, sometimes it takes a little bit more work than others. That's that part I was talking about, being unconditionally loved and supported throughout the entirety of your life, because there's that little voice that sometimes sits in the back of our heads and says, yeah, really? I don't think so. Right? And that's just our past experiences trying to port themselves into our immediate moment. And we can do more prayer. Sometimes it takes more than one, although each prayer is unique and complete in and of itself. But sometimes it takes a little time for us to really convince ourselves that this is my good now. So one of the ways you can do that, which is a really great way to do that, is to hook up with a practitioner of science of mind or a minister and rent a consciousness. Rent a consciousness. Because that consciousness has spent years clarifying the idea that there is only good, that there is only God, that there is only this infinite source from which everything emerges that is equally present in all of its parts. And when you've spent a lot of years doing that, it's very easy for that practitioner to see beyond your limited thinking at the moment and to see the good that's already yours. Right? Rent consciousness. Because mine just ain't doing the job just yet. Right? So, but when it does start happening, a little kernel of belief, call it a mustard seed, right, starts growing that this may be possible. And then you try the next prayer. And when that happens, you go, wow, this stuff really works. My life is great. This from a cowering little person who was, oh, just let me be gone, to my life is great. What a shift. It's like 0 to spiritual in 3.5 seconds. You know? It's a really great feeling to get there. And then, as you continue on this journey of uplifting the spiritual consciousness, what seems to happen, this is, and I talk for all of us, but this is my own experience, you know, and so I kind of relate to all of you, and I'm sure that some of us have had these experiences. So if you don't particularly relate to me saying me or you, then just substitute whatever works for you, you know. There's that moment in which all of the stuff
that you thought that you wanted has come about, and you're still not quite satisfied. And this is because our consciousness in our life has grown into a greater expression of this thing we call God. Has grown into the awareness that it is our thinking that manifests in our lives. It is our actual beliefs. What we truly believe we are available to receive, that we start receiving. And that builds this power of prayer and understanding, and call it faith, that the universe is working for my good. But it isn't quite enough. And so, what happens is we move from this area of everything is great to I want more. I want bliss. I want to be of service. And this changes our prayer. What happens is our prayer goes from I would like to receive this, or I am in possession of this now, to make me a channel of thy peace. Let me bring understanding, love, and compassion to this situation. Let me be of service to my fellow being who is in need of healing, of love, of compassion. Let me be guided to the correct thoughts, the correct activities, to express the highest good that I am able to express in this life. And all of a sudden, what happens with this is, and be careful what you pray for, because God's only got one answer, it's yes. You start praying to be of service. Guess what happens? You find yourself in situations in which service is required. Whatever that service might be. I was always taught, say yes. You never know where it's going. And when you say yes, you find yourself with some actual commitments. Oh, dang. I thought I was just going to do this without having to do anything. No. Sorry, this is a practical philosophy. It's a practical teaching. So once we get past having satisfied enough of our material desires, we want to start having the experiences of the emotional connection that reinforces this intellectual idea that we are one. Because while we're still doing by me, it's an intellectual idea. It hasn't quite made it down to the heart yet. Because you're still trying to fill the voids that are left there that haven't been filled in your life yet. But once some of them are filled, and it doesn't take all of them, just enough of them, then you start wanting to give of this gift that you've received. What a wonderful thing. And you find yourself in positions in which that gift can unfold to the healing of someone else. And the biggest block to this is fear. Fear that your gift will be rejected. Fear that the love will not be reciprocated. Fear that if I give this, I won't have enough. Fear that this can't continue to be this good. The only response to fear that has any effect is love. And when I say love, I don't mean the warm, fuzzy, intimate kind of love. I mean the love that I always use M. Scott Peck's description of what it is. It's the will to extend oneself for the spiritual development of oneself or another. That's true love. It's the only practical definition of love that I have found that works for me in this life that we walk through. Because if I am unwilling to extend myself for the spiritual development of another or myself, I got a purple pillow. Sometimes I don't sit on it. Then I'm unwilling to grow into a deeper awareness of the unity of life,
of the divine presence that is everywhere, that is everything, that is every moment, expressing itself in the fullness of its being. And so you have to extend yourself. Take a chance. Be love. Be a beneficial presence. You're not responsible for the acceptance of that. You're just responsible for the expression of that. Each one of us is responsible within our own hearts to bring forward that idea of love and what would love do in this moment now. What can I do to be of service, to be compassionate, to be loving, to be generous in this moment that will help? And if one is grounded spiritually, the right ideas come. Because Spirit's got all the right ideas. We just got to tap into it somewhere, grab it and say, oh yeah, that's the one that I'm supposed to be using right now. You know? And away we go. So, when we do that, all of a sudden we are connected. We're part of a community, a community like CCF, or any community. We become part of, we're not on the outside looking in, saying, how do I get that love? How do I get that connection? How do I get that activity that is joyous and good and prosperous and right in my life? We become part of that. And as we become part of that, it opens our hearts and our minds to an even deeper awareness. And that deeper awareness is the as-me state. That as-me state, I've experienced it once or twice. You know, some call it enlightenment, some call it bodhisattva maybe, nirvana, all of the bliss. You know, wow, I love that word, bliss. Right? And we occasionally experience it, and we occasionally get to experience the presence of it. I'm going to tell you a little story that happened to me at an agent conference many years ago. We'd gone out to lunch. There were about 200 people in this conference, and it was in Palm Springs. You can imagine where a bunch of ministers, practitioners, and spiritual-minded people went during lunch. Casinos, different bars, whatever. We come back for the afternoon session, and there's 200 people in this beautiful auditorium, right? All milling around on the floor, yakking it up and making a whole bunch of sounds. And I got back a little late. I was not at the bar, I wasn't gambling either. See, I told you I was going to talk a little bit long. I'm going to wrap it up though. And I was standing at the back of the crowd, just being part of, watching all of this joy go on. And all of a sudden, to my right, there's this quiet that starts happening. I'm like, what? And I'm watching, and the quiet is spreading, this arc. There's this little man that's walking down the aisle. He's not saying anything. The people around him aren't saying anything. They're just getting quiet. And by the time he got to the front of the crowd, and who was the speaker for the afternoon, the entire room was silent. This is being in the presence of enlightenment. And you know, he got up and he was the hereditary heir to the American Sufi order. You know. And he enlightened us, and I forgot what he said. It was just being in the presence, and that was enough. But that's what being in the consciousness is. Now, it happens on a much smaller scale to all of us all the time. Is there anybody who hasn't experienced that person who walks into the room where you just light up? Could be a friend, could be somebody you don't know, but all of a sudden you're like, I'm uplifted just by their very presence. That's God being God as them in that moment, and you getting the benefit of it. And occasionally we're that person for someone else. We walk into the room and you can watch their face light up with that love and understanding and enlightenment and upliftment. And this is the good. This is what I hope to be when it's required. And now I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to finish with a really quick prayer. I always like to pray. So you can close your eyes if you like, or you don't have to. It's okay. God's here anyway. Here's what I know. There is one power, one presence, one infinite intelligence, the allness of love, that infinite
creative intelligence that is sharing itself through, as, and in absolutely everything. The fullness of its being is right here, right now. And so I know that each one in this room is an individualized expression of that divine mind, that the fullness of God's love, creativity, abundance, joy, and harmony is present in and as and through each one in this very moment now. For that is all there is. That divine presence knowing itself full and complete in this moment now, through us, as us, around us, and in everything. This eternal moment is unfolding as an expression of that divine essence, knowing the best of itself through us and as us. And I know this truth. Each one is this God essence expressing right here, right now. I allow and accept this. I give thanks for the awareness that the divine presence is moving in this moment through us and as us, radiating outward, bringing more love, more happiness, more joy, more prosperity into our experience as an expression of the all good that is God right here and right now. And I am thankful. And so knowing this word is whole and complete, I release it to a law that has all of the power, the infinite intelligence to create all of it in this very moment now. And that is what it is doing in response to this clear and present idea of the allness of God moving through us and as us. So I allow it. I accept it. I know this truth on behalf of each one present and for myself in this very moment now. And I let it be. And so it is. Namaste.
We're still in the islands. Hey. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Live your life to the fullest. So anybody can lean on. Be a walking stick to carry through when it's strong. Walk with the Lord, dying to meet a brighter day. Walk with the broken dreams that always seem to fade away. Everybody wants in life has to carry a heavy load. Whenever you give, you always get back, shining brighter than gold. I want to be a walking stick. Anybody can lean on. Be a walking me I come with the walking stick. If you weak, get strong, you can't lean on it. The old and the youth, them will use it. We must help one another, not abuse them. When the strong women blow, we have to hold on tight. Could you will shine like a beam of light. Be positive in any storm. We have to survive it, yeah. Be higher, love, sing. Be a walking stick, oh yeah. So anybody can lean on. Be a walking stick, oh, to carry through any storm. Yes, I can, yes, you can, yes, we can. Yes, I will, yes, you will, yes, we will. Yes, I can, yes, you can, yes, we can. Yes, I will, yes, you will, yes, we will. Be a walking stick. Hey. Just like that. Thank you.
Thanks, Stephen. I just want to thank Rev Dave again. Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to bring up Regina DiBarberi to present our Season for Nonviolence. Yeah.
Thank you. It was such a great pleasure to see so many familiar faces today. I want to start off by thanking June and Marty for inviting me to participate with you today in the Season of Peace and Nonviolence. And Marty told me earlier I have 5 minutes, so strap in. So I'm going to start out by reading some things, some readings from Charles Fillmore, who is a co-founder of the Unity Church. The Unity Church, along with Science of Mind, is oh my goodness, I forgot the word, New Thought movement. They came into place, him and his wife, as co-founders of Unity several decades before Ernest Holmes. So the thoughts are not different, but Charles Fillmore was much more active is being a vegetarian and having that as part of the spiritual life as well. So some of those things address. One of the ministers of the Unity Church, a Reverend Carol Saunders, is ordained Unity Interfaith Minister and a licensed Unity teacher. She is the founder and spiritual leader of the Spiritual Forum. So some of this is from her, and I'm going to end it with a prayer from, and many of you may remember, it's the Peace to All Beings, Veggie Soup for the Chicken Soul by Judy Carmen. But I want to, it's Peace to All Beings, Veggie Soup for the Chicken Soul. It's a beautiful book, I love it. So, Reverend Carol is instrumental. I guess it was probably less than a decade ago, her and a lot of others started promoting and hosting a retreat in October at Unity Village. And I want to read you what she has written about this. She starts out, this year's theme is Homo Ahismo Rising. Ahimsa is the Sanskrit word for non-harm, and more broadly includes reverence and care for all life. Homo Ahimsa is the consciousness rising within us beyond the destructive wisdom of Homo Ahimsa, or wisdom of Homo sapien. While Homo sapien lives in a dominance/war paradigm, Homo Ahimsa lives in active connection, nonviolence, and compassion with no boundaries. It is a paradigm that recognizes that all beings have their own purpose and no one lives for the purpose or use of another. All-inclusive golden rule. Many of us feel the evolutionary call to Homo Ahimsa. We may also feel it as a return to our original nature. Either way, living as Homo Ahimsa requires an internal shift in consciousness beyond philosophical ideas and oppositional activism. It calls us to learn to be in the world, to be in the world but not of it, and do our best to practice what we say, what we believe in, In the most difficult of circumstances, it calls us to practice inner peace and self-love. So today's affirmation for this beautiful season is, today I know and live my unity with all living beings. So I want to start out with Reverend Carol put out this booklet which had to do with she's calling it the Forgotten Teachings of Charles Fillmore. At some part during the life of unity, they dropped some of his statements out there, faith statement, having to do with being a vegetarian. So that's why she's calling it the Forgotten Words. So it addresses 4 things here. The first one, or the one I'm going to talk about or read to you, is about spiritual development. Spiritual development is growth in consciousness. This we've all experienced. We know what it's like. As we grow spiritually, we find that our thoughts, beliefs, priorities, and attachments to the past change. We know this is true. This is part of our journey where we're peeling back the layers. We put behind us former ways and step into new ways of living and being. We move our actions into closer alignment with our beliefs and values. Charles Fillmore viewed the choice to refrain from animal flesh as a natural part of developing spiritually and inevitable for those who answer the call to higher consciousness. Here are some of his teachings. So this is a quote from Charles Fillmore. Hundreds of thousands of people in the civilized world are vegetarian, some through religious feelings, some because their doctors prohibit flesh, some through sentiment. There are a few who have created eating flesh because they have found that it is not in harmony and spiritual development. This is the stand of unity. While he was the founder, he published many works in a magazine. This one was from The Vegetarian, dated 1915. So he started this, him and his wife, long before that. One other quote that Charles Fillmore has, that she has in this book, is, when man eats an animal, divine order is disturbed. The animal is denied the right of expression, and man clogs his system with sewage and secondhand food. This is from an article or a book he wrote, As to Meat Eating, in 1903. Before I move on to the prayer from Judy Carmen, if you choose to move this way and continue your spiritual development, peel back those layers, what can you do? Of course, the easiest thing to say is eat plant-based, but that's not the easiest thing to do. If you're interested in doing that, if you're interested in moving forward for your health, for the environment, for your spiritual development, move towards plant-based. As a consumer, your movement towards plant-based reduces the demand, which reduces the violence towards these animals. As a consumer, you can check the products that you use that use animals on experiments, mostly cosmetics, mostly skincare products. You can go in, it's easy to find out who is not doing animal testing for their products. You can stop using leather products, reduces the demand. June had said earlier that possibly if you're on a slow start or if you want to do one day at a time, something like meatless Mondays. If you already participate in having meatless days or plant-based days, go another day. Go another day. Bring it. Fulfill your spiritual development in this way. It is good for you. It is good for the soul. There are many quotes out there that say we cannot achieve true peace unless there is peace for all. And this includes all animals, all insects, every piece of life that we share this earth with. So, I'm at the end. This is a prayer of Judy Carmen. Just give me 1 minute. had one. I'm sorry. Informative prayer for institutions of cruelty, laboratories, slaughterhouses, factory farms, and others. Dear Lord of heaven and earth and all that is, you who are the energy of hope and the perfect love and light, move through me now as I focus my love and light, and as I focus the love and light that flows through me from you in an endless stream. Make me a beacon of your love light and shine through me now. I now focus this radiance and this divine transforming love on all animal laboratories, all factory farms and slaughterhouses, all fur farms, circuses, zoos, marine parks, rodeos, whaling ships, pesticides, and other chemical manufacturers, fishing, hunting, and trapping organizations, and all other institutions that cause the suffering of innocent beings. I can see the cosmic rays of your everlasting love pouring down upon these places. Within this light, there can be no fear, no hatred, no ignorance, no greed. Within this light, there can be only your love. And as these institutions are infused and blessed by the light of your love, I see those who work there being transformed. As they open their eyes to see the glorious beauty and sacredness in the animals there, I see their hearts opening, finding the inner peace that comes through loving kindness to all creation. And as these institutions are bathed and blessed by the light of your undying love for all creation, I see the animals feeling your peace, your comfort, as you embrace each one of them and bless their spirits. Help us, Father, Mother, God, to grow bolder and more fearless every day, and guide us closely and clearly as we work and pray to end the suffering of the innocent and bring your heaven to earth. And so it is. Thank you, God.
Thank you, Dean. Beautiful. So since Dave started it, I'm going to continue with prayer. Because as ministers, we love doing prayer. So everybody close your eyes. And relax into this moment right here, right now. Knowing that God is the source of all good. The source of all. That divine presence, that divine love, that infinite consciousness flows to and through everything. That God is all there is. That we can let go of any fears and doubts and limitations and stand in that knowingness. Everything lives and moves and has its being in God. That unconditional love, that peace which passes all understanding, that complete and total support. Give us this day our daily bread. It is all given us. Laid before our feet. The divine prosperity, the divine abundance is ours by divine right. We are worthy of it by being one with God. And I know that everyone here in Zoom, here in person, is one with God. That we are the beloved of the beloved. That God loves us beyond measure, wants nothing but our highest and best, knows the magnificence of who we are, knows the divinity, the love, the peace, the prosperity, knowing that we are all one with God. And in that knowingness, in that givingness, I know that all of us are prosperous. That money flows to us easily and effortlessly from many different venues. That money is a flow. It flows in and flows out. It is the energy. It is an energy and it flows to and through us. And it is ours by divine right. That prosperity, that abundance is ours by divine right. It is the givingness of source. That's where it comes from. Not our job, not the government. It is from source. And we are open and receptive to it. We know that we are worthy of it all by divine right. And we open up to that divine prosperity. We open to it in love and in flow. It comes in and it goes out. It is reciprocal. That abundance is ours now. And I give thanks for this. I give thanks for this abundance that God gives us in many different ways. And I give thanks for the knowingness that we deserve it, that we are open up to it. It is given to us. Give us this day our daily bread, and we are open and receptive to it. And I give thanks for this. And I release this word in the actional law, knowing that God always says yes. And that we can let go and open to that abundance. And we can give from that abundance. And that's what I'm asking now, is to give from that abundance to this wonderful organization, which is CCL. It is funded by so many different venues, but also right here and on Zoom. If there is a Zoom in the chat, there's a place that you can give to this wonderful organization that spiritually nourishes us. We come here every Sunday, just open to this love, because it is palpable here. We love each other. We come here to commune and share and love and open to this divinity. And we let this go and let God and know that it is so, and so it is.
Please join me in reading the prophetic blessing found in the bulletin. Thank you, God, for this abundance that is mine to share. I bless this gift and give it to thee in gratitude and joy, knowing that as I give, I do receive.
And so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Giving thanks for this abundance which is ours to share, that flows to and through us, to CCL, to grow us, to advance us, to advance this consciousness in the world. We give thanks for this abundance, knowing that the divine flows to and through us, that this is ours to give out into the world. And we give thanks. And so it is. So there's some people I want to thank. I want to thank Dave Schpok. So love having you. Love having you. I see that twice. Bye-bye, everyone. Reverend Kim on Zoom, thank you for organizing and getting that together. Lisa Source for doing PS. Norman Pearl, there he is, for doing the reading. Brilliant, as usual. Season for Nonviolence, thanks. Regina, appreciate you. Jody for doing the altar. Set up and Bob. Lynn and Mark for doing the ushering. Thank you. Refreshments, Michelle, on the fly. Got told this morning and last night. So here, you're doing your refreshments. So thank you. Keith, Ken, Wayne, Marty, Norman, media team. Thank you. Couldn't do it without you. And a special thanks to Doug Stevens, who actually knows what he's doing. So thank you.
It's in the okay. Yeah.
It's in the timeline. Okay. So this is, as you all know, I say this every week, is one of my favorite blessings and prayers and invitations of the service. So I think there are some people here for the first time. So if you're here for the first time, since you took me that out of your lap so you can stand up. So if you're here for the first time, please stand up, okay? And stay standing. This is a blessing for you, okay? So everybody else, rub your hands together, get that energy flowing, and hold your hands up and repeat after me. Welcome to the Center for Conscious Living.
Welcome to the Center for Conscious Living.
We are a heart-centered spiritual community. We We open ourselves, sorry, there was a word in it. We open ourselves to you in love.
We open ourselves to you in love.
We recognize the perfection of God within you.
We recognize the perfection.
We celebrate the joyous being that you are.
Celebrate the joyous being.
You are a radiant point of light. We are blessed by your presence. Welcome home. Yeah, I'm not used to doing it all, so. So now we have announcements, and we're going to do these real quick. Myra, last week was our first Sunday for the choir, and it was fabulous. Thanks to everybody, especially Myra, who is getting this together and organizing it. But thanks to everybody who was singing. It was a blast. It was so neat to see the excitement. Myra will return in April. She's actually performing all over the place. So she'll be back in April. The choir, CCL will be in touch with you regularly through emails and virtual for rehearsals. Okay, so that's the choir. If you're not receiving the choir emails and stuff, let us know and you'll get those. Media team, it's going great. I really want to thank John Stevens for his presence, his knowing of what the heck's going on in that board. We're finally getting a smooth connection with the Zoom. Love you guys. Glad it's going well. Steve, I want to thank Keith for taking over the head of the media team. He's organizing it and putting all that together. So thank you, Keith. It's important. We've always been, the Zoom has been important to us, as you know, because we want to stay connected with people who can't be here. And we're trying to widen that net. We're trying to cast that net wider. Season for Nonviolence launched in the United Nations in 1998. Marks the annual 64 calendar days between the memorial and memorial anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi on January 30th, and the memorial of Martin Luther King, April 4th. I want to thank Marty and June, as Regina did, for all of their work on the season for peace and nonviolence. Thank you so much. It's important. Read your newsletter. It's all in there. Read the newsletter. Let's circle on. Hold on. Let me have your attention one more time, real quick. I forgot this, and I forgot to put it into the notes. Here's Virgie to make an announcement, please.
Okay, it will be brief. We are blessed to have with us two beautiful ladies from the indigenous community from Guatemala. Oh, yes. The Trauma Textile Association came alive after the Civil War in Guatemala in the 1980s, where many women and men were tortured and killed. And it became a community of widowers and orphans grieving. A wonderful soul from Belgium named Jack knew about this and decided to recruit indigenous waivers from within the community in Guatemala. Some Mexican lady named Lucinda Cardenas joined forces, and they formed these communities. Today, there are 150 waivers within Guatemala. They create beauty to the textiles and then sell them, which goes to the profit for the diverse communities. So please go check and buy. Thank you.
The table's right there in the back. You can see it, and it's got some gorgeous stuff there. Thank you. Yeah. All right, you all ready? Peace out.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. Where I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, yeah. This little light of mine, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, shine, let it shine, shine. Everywhere I go, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All right, I think we need to take this to the water. Let's go. We're gonna lay down my burdens there. Down
No more, no more, no more. All right, let's take a nice deep breath, breathing in this beautiful service. Breathing in this presence, this oneness, this beauty. Breathing in this beautiful talk from Reverend Dave. Letting that carry us on wings of love throughout this week. Knowing that we are sourced by source. That we are completely taken care of. That we have nothing to worry about because God has it handled. That we can bask in that, live in that knowingness, and have a wonderful life. That's what God wants. That's what God provides us with. Everything. So that we can live this life full out, knowing that we are completely taken care of. And we give thanks for this. We give thanks for this service, this day, this life, this consciousness. And in this consciousness we say, and so it is. Are you ready? Oh, come on. Are you ready? Yes! Full out. Full out.
I'm ready.
I'm not quite ready. No. So if you'll repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. It is this thing called life. It is this thing called life. Life is in my body. Life is in my body. Life is in my mind. Life is in my mind. Life is in my feelings. Life is in my feelings. Life is in all my activity. Life is in all my activity. I receive it. I receive it. I share it. I share it. I am it. I am it. And I accept it? And I accept it. How? Just the way it is. Thank you, life. Thank you, life. And accepting all these wonderful gifts, we say, yes!
I know.